Well, the MPP, let's stay a little longer on this matter because the opposition New Patriotic Party, they've been making a call for the arrest of the NDC's vice chairman, for Azorka and Abdul Wahab, one Abdul Wahab, who we are told is communication officer for the NDC in the Eastern region, for allegedly threatening the lives of some MPP officials. Now, let's get to understand this better. And joining me on the line is Deputy Whip on the minority side, Jerry Ahmed. Council, good afternoon and welcome to the Pulse. Well, if you can unmute for me, yes, the Deputy Whip, Jerry Ahmed, good afternoon, welcome to the program.
Good afternoon, my brother. How are you today?
Great. And it's always great to see you. Were you in Akwatia, if I may ask?
I'm actually having terrible feedback. I don't know if you can hear me.
Yes, I can hear you.
I didn't.
I can hear you. And I asked whether you were in Akwatia for the parliamentary by-election.
I wasn't in Akwatia. I monitored every step of the election. I wasn't in Akwatia to see exactly what was happening in Akwatia, but I watched on some social media handles and then on some TV stations. So I saw what happened in Akwatia.
Right. And you also monitored my conversation with the MP-elects on some of the concerns.
Yeah, I monitored the last part of it, him talking about he wasn't aware, well, somebody is a senior and at the bar and therefore knows what to do. And I thought that was quite distasteful for someone who is coming into parliament. One of the things you would have to do is to be very careful the kind of things you say. I think he's talking a lot. And I hope and pray that whatever he's saying, he gets to work with it. Anyway, for me, as the second deputy whip, I was really saddened by the situation, what I saw, the kind of threats, the kind of physical attacks. And I thought that Ghana's democracy has actually come of age. And therefore, people would be very careful and minded when they are taking certain steps. Because you see, we as politicians, wherever we find ourselves, whether you are in parliament or you are the president or the vice president or a minister or even a party secretary or a party chair, it is just because there is peace.
Right.
It's just because we have agreed that we should respect the rules. It's just because we have come to the realization that when there is peace, that is how we can thrive. That is how the business of politics can thrive. But if we have now agreed that the way to do it is by being very violent, then we should understand that nobody is going to watch you to attack him or her and act like the person has no leg or hands. I mean, very, very uncalled for, totally unwarranted, unprovoked, that I saw and heard. Apart from the physical assault on my second vice chairman,
right.
I also saw the Chief Sofo Azorka physically, apart from assaulting my second vice, now ranting and threatening and saying how if he had met the respected minority leader, Honorable Alexander Finyo Marking, he was going to have him dealt with, and that he would die and there would be an election, there would be a by-election in his constituency. And I'm actually more worried at this, and to the extent that I have not seen CSOs issue releases, I have not seen them comment. Is it that bad?
I mean, and then even to put it, there's this, I don't know whether you come across this video of the Abdul Wahab. In your statement, you also make reference to him, and the party is asking that the police arrest, investigate, and prosecute him. I mean, making an open threat on the lives of the minority leader, the chief whip, and of course the national organizer of the MPP, to the extent that making a point that they will be gone and they will be by-election. I thought, I mean, personally, on a personal, I think this was a very irresponsible statement. But where should we leave this statement?
You want to find out the truth from me? I'm actually very disappointed in the leadership of the police service. I'm also very disappointed in the leadership of several other CSOs who are currently in Ghana. Listen, everybody is enjoying the peace because we have decided that let peace reign. That is for us to thrive as a nation, for us to have development, for us to have progress. People post things on their social media handles and they are incarcerated. People post. For instance, you would have say Obama being picked up, people who have been picked up. I've just even heard someone has also been picked up, and they are kept behind bars. But somebody threatens a constituency communications officer. Beyond him, you would also see the chairman, whatever, NDC chairman, national vice chairman, chief Sofo Azorka, threatening the respected leader of our party and a respected leader of the minority, and then my chief whip, and then my national organizer. And all we have seen and done is to keep quiet over it. I mean, what do you expect? You should expect this to go on some more. Because when our Kumsin was brutally assaulted, the bail condition was very laughable. And if this is the route we want to go, for people like you, you should be seen to be talking about this with all the energies in you. Because you see, you will not be acting as in whatever position you are now when there is no peace. I won't be in the office of parliament when there is no peace. My children will not have to go to school when there is no peace. Our mothers will not have to work in the banks and wherever they work when there is no peace. Peace is very critical. And when we sit down and we think that, oh, because I am currently holding on to power, I need to dictate the pace in a certain manner and to be rough and to be violent and to do things which are just not proper and which are criminal. Then we should understand that there will be a stage nobody is going to watch anybody who attacks. It's going to be a state which would now be seen as a lawless state and a banana state, a banana republic. We need to do something about this. And I'm calling on the Inspector General of Police respectfully that, look, what transpired in Ablekuma North, that we allowed it to go, and there's a certain facade of prosecution. And what is going to happen with this, that people can wake up and threaten to kill people who are holding certain political positions. Then we should know that there is no protection for anybody. And if that happens, so assuming that the minority leader wakes up today and then something happens to him, what's going to happen? Are we waiting for something to happen? Are we waiting for Honorable Frankano Dompe to be shot by someone? Are we waiting? And when these people are clearly in a video, and their video was not actually what it on Channel 1, and I later saw it on Joy. So if I could flip all the stations and I saw this, and I don't see any security and any action taken, then what is it going to be?
You have, I don't know whether the caucus is thinking of raising this issue on the floor to get a speaker to come into it, because clearly if a member of parliament is being threatened in this manner, the privileges committee should be able to have a say in that. You don't agree?
Well, I agree. As we speak, we are on recess. We do not always have to wait for Parliament to be active for actions to be taken. I respectfully think that the IGP, including your good self and your station, are some of the avenues for us to propagate whatever transpired. It's absolute nonsense. It is without a shred of doubt that somebody who feels very powerful and hits his chest, in fact, pokes his finger virtually into one person's eye and gives him, and then somebody comes from behind, slaps him. All these were pictures that were seen. And we want somebody shot, we want somebody killed. Then we boastfully said that I am going to ensure that
I think we are losing the connection to Mr. Ahmed. Let's see if we can get him back to wrap up this conversation. Honorable Ahmed, are you still there?
I'm here. I'm not sure.
Yes,
You can hear me.
I think that there was a brief breakup there. If you can restate the point. And I also want to find, I mean, how concerned is the caucus? I mean, you've lost one seat. Now your number has come down from 88 to 87.
Well, first of all, before I go to how concerned the caucus is, I still think that the brutalities under this current government should be condemned with all the energies in us. And we respect the views of CSOs and other media stations to propagate these concerns. And let us all understand that whatever transpires, nobody can go scot-free when these things happen. Our children and our parents and our wives and our mothers are supposed to have some sort of sound environment, peaceful environment to operate. We as Ghanaians need to have our businesses booming because the only way to do this is to have a very peaceful environment. If these things continuously go on, then you should understand that even in the Bible that people would make references to, I don't think that people would always want to watch for people to slap them and let them turn the other side of their faces and be slapped. It's not going to happen, and we should change our lifestyle. We should change. When we have too power drunk sometimes. When people get power, then they begin to mess up. They begin to feel that they do not even have their thinking caps on. They begin to think that the people that they are ruling over or serving are supposed to be some, with all due deference, like they are animals. It's not okay. It's a worrying situation, and we need to call people to order. The Inspector General of Police needs to be, the Peace Council, they've not even come out to say anything. Unless you are telling me that I'm late in the day and I've not heard. Nobody has commented on that. Yes, now to your question about whether or not our numbers are, I mean, I am very sad. I've been sad about, well, we losing the seat. But we also know the dynamics when one is in power and the fact that we have to go through a lot of trouble dealing with the 2024 elections. But it's early days yet. I mean, we've seen this in the Kufuor era. there were instances that we won seats which were originally for NDC. So this is not, it's like it is. Whatever you are writing, somebody has once done. So we are learning, and I'm sure we are going to come back more formidable. Our base should understand that these things happen. And when they happen, all we have to do is to come back home, stand more united, more forceful, more strategic. And definitely, when power is handed over to us once again, we should learn to respect and serve the people. At least NDC has already started showing that they don't respect the people. They don't even care about the security of the people. They've been propagating so much on the dollar. Now, what's the dollar rate? They've been propagating so much on Stop Galamsey. Now we don't even see people that we thought were making so much noise about Galamsey. When you go to the president's backyard, Galamsey is overwhelming. People are dying. There are a lot of security issues in Baku, and I think I even saw one just this morning. About 30 people have died in a certain village somewhere around the president's place. I mean, this is what is happening. So it is for the New Patriotic Party to come together to understand that there is a major interest. The interest is to, first of all, let the people see us as more attractive. Let us be more vibrant in opposition. And when we are given power, we should be more serviceable, more humble, and respect the people that give us power. That's all I can say to that.
All right, and Council, before I let you, I mean, we're going to take a short break. When we return, we'll be talking about the removal of the Chief Justice of the Republic. And as a lawyer and a politician, perhaps I should give you the opportunity if you want to say a word before we take that break.
This very distasteful act, very, very distasteful. That now we have the president who is also the head of the judiciary and as well the head of almost everything. It's very distasteful, and I don't even know where we are going to. Really, I don't.
All right, Jerry Ahmed is Deputy Minority Whip in Parliament, and thank you very much for your time this afternoon. Before we go for that break, the Associate Professor of Sociology at the University of Ghana, Al-Hassan Suleimana Anamzoya, is touting Kennedy Yapon's business acumen as a testament to his job creation capabilities if he is elected President of the Republic. Professor Adam Zoya further argues that leadership should be measured by results rather than rhetoric, stressing that individuals who claim to have big ideas must put them into practice in ways that directly benefit the citizenry.
Say that I have known Honorable Ken not too long ago, about 2.5 years to 3 years now, and I have been here a few times. This is his steel factory, and this is the first time a Ghanaian is able to, if you like, set up a factory of this nature. The other steel factories are owned by non-Ghanaians, so the fact that he, as a Ghanaian, is able to do this means that it's huge and it's commendable. We have many factories. We have been to several of them before coming to this particular steel factory. I would just say that normally anybody who is able to do this on his own, when that person gets the chance to become president, he can do wonders in the country. Employment-wise, you can talk about the industrialization of the country, employment-wise, creativity-wise. So clearly, this is not a man with only ideas, but a man who has ideas that he has been able to implement. I remember my professor in history telling me that the Egyptian pyramid was built by people with ideas. If they had kept their ideas in their minds, they could not have built the Egyptian pyramids, but they put the ideas into action. So if you have ideas, and I'm appealing to all Ghanaians, if you have any idea, please put the idea up into action and let Ghanaians be the beneficiary of your ideas.
Well, this is the pause here on Join Us. We'll go for a quick breather. When we return, we'll deal with other matters relating to the removal of the Chief Justice and other matters here on the program.